This is Attorney Mike Gravelin coming to you from Chicago as usual, and today is awesome. I've got as a guest Steve Lehto. I'm a big fan of his channel. When I first started this, I had a bunch of people suggest him to me. Say hi to everybody, Steve.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you for being here. This is gonna be really cool. We just got a simple clip. We had a little chat earlier, and I told Steve, I said basically this is just an excuse because I want to do a video with you. But he is familiar with Judge Middleton. I didn't know that he would be. Apparently, Judge Middleton's reputation precedes him.
Oh, he's world famous. He's become one of the Zoom stars of our generation.
Yeah, so we just have a kind of a fun, charming clip, and it's just two OG Michigan guys hanging out and watching another OG Michigan judge.
Yep, getting ready for the big game tonight. So
absolutely, yeah, we got to squeeze this in before the Big Ten championship. Go Blue!
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get the party started.
All right, we've got other matters scheduled for this morning. Brooklyn Furlong is here with us. She's represented by Mr. Reed and Misael Barrera Sanchez. John, he's not in custody, is he?
Not to my knowledge, John.
All right, he's here. He just came in.
There you go, Iowa.
He was told to be in person.
All right, he's here. All right, let's take up Mr. Reed's case, which is People versus Brooklyn Janelle Furlong. Good morning, Ms. Furlong. Could you unmute your microphone?
Morning.
Good morning. This is Judge Middleton. I'm here at the court. Your lawyer, Mr. Reed, is here with us. Deborah Davis is here from the prosecutor's office. This came to me as a plea and sentence. The charge is file 211581. It's alleged that on or about July 7th, you committed an aggravated assault upon somebody. Let me find the complaint. Upon Madison Bowers.
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, or the dogs get it.
Sorry, Steve. That's my shameless promotion. I've been fake threatening my dog since the get, and it works.
Davis, what's the plea offer here?
Your Honor, I had given two options to Mr. Reed to discuss with his client, so I'm not sure which one she took.
The disturbing the peace, Ms. Davis.
All right. So, Your Honor, the offer is she would plead to disturbing the peace with full restitution as requested, and she's not permitted to have a height of probation.
All right, we chatted about this real quick before. Do you have any idea what that is, Steve? A height of probation?
Off the top of my head, no, but I'm more curious about how she's going to make a restitution on disturbing the peace. Is she going to go back and make something peaceful that she disturbed previously? How do you do that?
Well, you'll see the rest of it. And have you seen any of these videos?
I've watched a few of them. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, half the fun is watching Deborah Davis freak out about these things, appropriately so. You know.
Judge, but there was a kind of dueling offers. Both were, Ms. Davis kind of laid it out for us and gave Ms. Furlong the opportunity to contemplate them both. One would have been an assault and battery with a probation under HIDA. The other one would be a disturbing the peace without that option to request, and we'd forego requesting any type of probation for HIDA. But full restitution was part of both offers, and we.
You know what that is?
Yes, it's a Holmes Youthful Trainee Act. I can't believe I blanked on that. If you are under a certain age, like 18 or 19 years old, and you commit your first offense, it's almost like an under advisement thing, but it's statutory. It's called the Holmes Youthful Trainee Act, HYTA, H-Y-T-A. When I heard it the first time, I was thinking HYTA, and it didn't click. There you go. So for all the people who are going to jump on me for not knowing that, I knew it. So back off.
It does make sense. They give her essentially two offers, and one is basically she doesn't go with the height of probation. I think she just takes a conviction on a small offense and moves on. That's sort of where we're going. But I do see why you give the two options. She could probably get that, but it's more hassle.
Yes, and she's got to stay out of trouble for a while, which depends on what her propensity is for trouble.
She doesn't. Well, we'll see, but she doesn't appear like she's a lifelong troublemaker. But we'll see.
Okay.
Is the restitution, do we know?
Ms. Davis had provided, if you want to go ahead, Debbie, I would.
Sure. As indicated by Ms. Countryman and our victim advocate, the medical is $385.54 and $160 in lost wages.
And that was what Ms. Furlong and I had discussed. Is that correct, Brooklyn?
Yes.
0.54, oops, plus 160.
And part of the reason we had put this out was so that she could make that payment kind of at the time or contemporaneously with this without needing a payment plan, Your Honor.
To Madison Bowers?
Yes, but I believe we'd pay it. I don't know if the court want it through the court as we normally do.
All right, well, it'll be through the court. All right, Ms. Furlong, I don't think we've met. I don't remember ever meeting you before.
No, we haven't.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
Three Rivers.
Which Furlong family are you from?
My dad is Mike Furlong and my mom.
This is another thing that's always sort of fun. He knows everybody in that damn county. He
This
really
is a
does.
small town. This is a small town. This courthouse is in Centerville, which is not the center of Michigan. It's down here. And you're right. That's a small town to its best. The fact that he actually knows there's more than one Furlong family. Which family are you from? By the way, Three Rivers is just west of this, not to be confused with Three Oaks, which is a little further over.
Right.
They love naming things like that. Three Rivers, Three Oaks, and so on down in that part of the state.
I started watching this call and I thought I was going by it because there's St. Joseph, Michigan, but that's different. That's on the lake. This is St. Joseph County, and I don't think I've ever been there in my life. I mean, I'm from northern Michigan, as we discussed, but this is just kind of out in the country.
It's been a while, yeah.
My mom is Jennifer Furlong.
Okay. Did Mike pass away?
No, my grandpa did,
Okay, that
which is
okay.
Philip Furlong.
Yes, okay, got it.
Yeah, he clearly knows.
You're charged with aggravated assault. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. The prosecutors agreed to dismiss that in exchange for a plea to disturbing the peace, which is an old-fashioned simple misdemeanor, which is up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. There's also a component that you're to pay restitution of $545.54 through the court to Madison Bowers. Do you understand?
Yes.
And are you going to plead to disturbing the peace?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. I say this a lot, about every time. Disturbing the peace, it doesn't matter who was right or wrong or who started it. But was there a quarrel, argument, or disturbance in a public place? You understand?
Yes.
All right, let me tell you some other things. Do you understand that if you plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you had a trial, you'd have a right to be represented by an attorney. You've retained Mr. Reed, and that's fine with us. You'd also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished, but you did. You could have had one appointed. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand yourself and testify, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Other than the plea agreement here, did anybody promise you anything
No.
or threaten you?
No.
All right, well, let me look at this. Who is Madison Bowers to you?
This, Your Honor, I guess this was another female. There was a mutual boy in common here.
Okay, so as we get into the factual basis, just make sure you watch Deborah because she has the appropriate responses here.
Did he say it's a mutual
Young
boy?
man that the two were.
Yeah, it's she got into it with another woman. That's why I threw catfight on the thumbnail. I didn't know what to do.
Yep.
Somewhat feuding over at the time.
Well, I can just tell you, based on past experience, he probably wasn't worth fighting about. But did you get into it with this girl, Madison?
Yes.
And was this over on, where'd this happen?
The carpool spot off of 216.
Okay.
It's a parking lot.
What were you mad about?
Well, she was just like running her mouth about me and just talking about me to Spencer, which was the boy, and
Well, you gave her a concussion.
Wow.
What had happened, Your Honor, in the report, and I believe which is substantiated, they were in a car and then they kind of fell out onto the ground and she fell on top of her. So this was
I think she admitted.
TJ's doing a nice job there, but it's like she gets a concussion. That's surprising because this woman does not look tough.
But this happened in a parking lot for a ride pool, just by the side of the highway, and they're fighting over a boy, and they were in a car and fell out. Like, did the fight start in a car? Like, what? I have more questions here. I really do.
I like TJ Reed. He does prosecution and defense, so sometimes he's on prosecution cases, and he's a reasonable guy. But I always say this to people: look at the position you put us in as attorneys. This guy's saying, "Oh yeah, they fell out of the car together," and that's But what else are you gonna say?
I know. I want to know what Madison looks like. I mean, that to me is one of the unanswered questions, but we probably won't find that out.
Oh yeah, no, she doesn't show up. But yes, I agree.
Pulling her out of the car by
they pulled out of the car, but they fell. Then they ended up falling to the ground, and then at that point they were broken up.
That was not
Where's
having any of this.
Spencer in the equation now?
he was still in the driver's seat.
No,
No,
where
he's
is
not.
he today?
Oh, I don't know.
So you're not in any relationship with him?
No.
So it wasn't worth beating this girl up for some guy that you're not even seeing anymore, who probably wasn't worth fighting about. I don't know what the deal is in this day and age. People feel like they can just, somebody says something about them they don't like, so they go punch them in the face. I had a young girl in Three Rivers, Alexa Alexandra, real nice girl. Somebody said something about her and she walked up and punched her right in the face. This case reminds me of that. What do you do, Miss Furlong?
Right now I'm working with my brother. I don't know what the company's called, but I go and clean houses, newly built houses. And then once Swiss opens, I'll be working out at Swiss.
All right, that's Swiss Valley, the local ski resort. Hope they get some snow this year.
They got a ski resort down there?
It can't be much of a ski resort, but I would have asked her, seriously, if you're not with the boy, does that mean you lost the fight? Isn't that how these things work? You win the fight.
He's stuck it to her with that because that hurts more than the day in jail and the fine she ends up getting.
Yeah.
Having the judge say, well, you're not even with the guy. What are you doing?
Right.
Ow.
Yeah. And it's a ski resort down here. It's literally unless it's cross country skiing, there's not much of a downhill.
Yeah.
Mistake from the onset of this, Judge, that she had been working. Originally, she'd worked at American Axle in the cafeteria, would get up early in the morning to go in to prepare food. So she's been employed throughout my representation of her in one form or another.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, but I'm a part of victim services as well.
You're one of the volunteers of victim services?
Yeah.
Well, I commend you for that, but that's not how those people conduct themselves. Go punch somebody in the face. Tell Maxine to whack you in the head.
I think that's already taken place.
Yeah.
They're a fine group of people. They really are. My a lot of respect for them. All right. Deborah, anything else I should know here?
No, I think you've covered it. It certainly is not the behavior that one would expect out of somebody who wants to work with victim services. And I think that Ms. Furlong has realized that her behavior was not acceptable. I guess I'm more disappointed that her mom was with her when this was happening, and I feel like that maybe was a little lack of direction from her parent in this situation. So, I think that does play a role in her behavior that day. So I'd ask the court to simply sentence her as you see fit. Thank you.
All right. How long were you in jail? 1 day. Well, I don't see the need for any probation here, but 1 day jail credit, 1 day. I'm assuming you guys got information from the complaining witness. There's a $100 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and $546 restitution to Madison Bowers.
And that can be paid there at the court, Your Honor, at the counter?
Correct.
Okay.
So the total is $225 plus 546, $771, due by December 31.
That seems about right to me. I mean, she takes a swing at somebody. She ends up paying $700 and doing a day in jail. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. A couple of things that they kind of just glossed over. Her mom was there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we're think about this. You're in a ride share lot at the side of the highway. There's a car with a boy in it, and this girl is in the passenger seat and somehow gets hauled out of the car and lands on top of another girl, causing her to get a concussion. And what's mom doing there?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you watch MMA fighting or anything like that, but or boxing for that matter. You've got the people in the ring and they've got the corner people, right? I picture mom in the corner,
Right, yeah. Put a stop to it. And it's funny, you can see that. Deborah's good, and she's usually pretty soft, but she's a mother, and she does not take it easy on the mother here, who's not even party.
Yeah, I like the way Judge Middleton says, you don't just punch someone in the face. And he says that phrase, punch someone in the face, where he makes it sound dirty. And I realize technically punching someone in the face is against the law, but he says it with such disdain. You don't just punch someone in the face.
Yeah. I always love those little interludes. Like, he tries to father him, which is sweet.
Yes. And here's the thing. Many people never go to court. And if you're lucky in your life, you'll never go to court. You'll never be sued. You'll never sue. You'll never be arrested. You'll never be charged. So it's good. But people who don't go to court very often don't understand that, in a way, this guy here is acting as almost like the conscience of the community, right?
Yeah.
So someone comes before him and he's got to actually ask himself, what's the right thing to do here? And so for him to give her the lecture, if that lecture sinks in, that's part of the process here. That's why I like this guy so much. I've seen
that is why he's so popular.
Yeah, I've seen judges who are so sick of their jobs, they rattle off all this stuff they've got to read. How do you plead? Thank you. Boom, 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 move next case. And this guy actually seems to care, and I think that's one of the reasons he's so popular.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Miss Furlong, I might see you again. I used to go out to crime scenes.
Glory
when I
days.
was prosecutor. I don't do that anymore. But I might see you around. I don't want to see you in here anymore. You should be embarrassed about this.
It won't happen again.
That's not how you deal with it. All right.
Brooklyn, I will give you a call.
Okay.
All right. Deborah, we've gone from the mustache phase to the beard phase. It's not November. Well, it's end of November. Let's see how this plays
So that he
out.
can stand in for Santa Claus here.
This is charming.
There's enough white in the beard that if I grow long enough, that wouldn't be a far fetch. So,
All right, Ms. Furlong,
all right.
you're good to go. Thank
Brooklyn,
you.
hang up and I'll give you a call.
Here at Law Talk, we like to have fun. All right, well, that was fun. Thank you so much for joining us. By the way, for everybody, here's a big plug for Steve Lehto. Go over to his channel. You are seriously in danger of maybe learning something if you do. Unlike my channel, I mean, I've watched a lot of videos over there. It's really good stuff. Thanks for coming, Steve.
Hey, I had a great time. Thank you. Anytime.
All right, go Blue, and we'll do this again.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks a lot.